Hello, everyone. And yes, we are back getting down with Dave and JT Kirk. Welcome, everyone. Welcome,
Hail.
FKC, to Hail, and Buddy Hepper. Oh, I got to turn the volume off on the other one. And I can promise you I'm a little bit rusty with this. I've been practicing a little bit. I was even trying to share my intro video because StreamYards. They're limiting to me to now, JT, only a 2-hour recorded video I can do a month.
Oh, how benevolent.
Yeah, and to be honest with everybody here, there's two things. I have no idea how much free time I get with this plan that I'm on, the free one, because I think I actually got a deal. They want like $37 a month, 36, and I'm tempted. We'll see how things go this week, next week. Yeah, $400 some, but I'll get more time, right? Time to stream.
Sure.
So the other thing is we're showing the comics off of comic something online. You guys will see the website that we use here, right, JT? Once I show it, might as well even put it on stage. Boom. That way people see what we're doing. Let me warn everybody here, because I almost forgot about this, JT. Let me warn everybody. I use a separate browser that blocks ads. Not only does it block ads, guys, it blocks a lot of other stuff. So let me be pretty frank with you, everybody out there watching this show. When you see Read Comic Online, it's awesome. You can find thousands of stuff, really cool stuff on there.
If you own the physical copy, of which we do. So, boom.
Well, we own it online.
I need the Admiral Teague. I need the clip from that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I highly recommend that you find a browser, separate browser. I use Brave. And it works great. I don't get anything from them. I'm just saying that's what I use. There's other ones out there that work great. Hey, buddy. Yeah, there you go, buddy. You nailed it, dude.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. If you do not,
it's going to be a spicy time.
You are going to have, hey, but feel free if you feel like, check it out. Go. I'm not telling you to go for it, but if that's your thing, you might want to get a new hard drive after that because it's going to get toxic.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Boy. Yeah. It's the most wholesome thing you'll be looking at is a Punisher comic on that page.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Dave, you had just gone ahead and picked a couple things for us for tonight. Well, for the next few weeks. I know nothing about this. So did you have anything you wanted to maybe share about Space Ghost?
I didn't really do a history thing. I was just kind of playing it by ear. This is a one shot. It has 3 separate little comics. The first one's pretty good. It's about what I expected for a 12-cent era comic. Hanna-Barbera, the great cartoon people. If you're old like me, you'll know who they are. Captain Caveman, Space Ghost. I know Space Ghost because I was a kid. And not this time. This came out before I was even born. This came out in '66.
The comic did, yes.
This particular one, this Gold Key one did. And Space Ghost was just one of those characters that I loved as a kid, and going up through the years, it's stuck around, man. And you got Jan and Jace because they make fun of Jan and Jace or his little sidekicks. And then he has a little pet monkey named Blip or Bleep. You guys can correct me on that, however you want to say it. And then they kind of go back and forth with the Jan and Jace from the Super Friends, JT, right? The Legion of Doom, original Super Friends, form of bucket of frickin' water, right?
Yeah,
if you guys could remember that. So getting back into form, hopefully my voice will hold up. It should be okay.
Yeah, and just to let folks know, we have been wanting to resurrect this. It's just been a scheduling issue, and then I was sick a couple times, and Dave was feeling not 100% enough to be able to do a long show on some of the days. And the
I couldn't
holidays,
talk.
we had a lot of family stuff, travel, all of that.
I couldn't
So
talk for more than 15 minutes without coughing up
yeah,
a storm. 15
exactly.
minutes would be lucky.
Yeah, and I know because I was talking to you on the phone. So
Yeah, and I couldn't even do that.
yeah, so we're happy to be back. We apologize. We were gone for like a month, but
Well, at least.
it's 2026 and we're ready to get going. So, and hey, Lady V, welcome.
Yeah, let's hear all your excuses. Sure. I can show you my prescriptions if you'd like.
Dave thought about having to walk a dog if he had one. Let's see. The dog also ate my comic book. Let's see what else. I did actually have a flat tire on a Wednesday.
Well, I mean, I work like
it blew out the sidewall on basically a brand new tire. That was a fun night, wasn't it?
Oh my God, that's right. JT had an accident right on the phone.
Yeah, I was talking with Dave C here, and it was just this explosion, and the tire was done anyway. So that was another Wednesday. It's been a real interesting time the last month, I'd say, for both of us. So we are
Christmas Eve was on Christmas Eve was on a Wednesday, so I didn't do anything. Thursday, New Year's Eve was on a Wednesday night, and so I didn't do anything, and I was sick anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Anywho, there was another one I was looking at. It's for Space Ghost. I think it's in here under the list, but this was supposed to be, I guess, the first time he showed up.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Also, there was a TV show that accompanied him in September, so the fall of '66.
Yes, the cartoon is great if you old enough to remember it when you were young, or even older than I am. Clobby, and I'm sure then some of the other guys who are even older than I am would definitely know this cartoon, right? It's with the Dino Boy that I'm not actually that familiar with because I didn't get into Space Ghost until later, but I definitely know who Jason Jan are. And I like this little intro, this pencil kind of art here. Oh, I didn't know. We didn't talk about the cover, JT. I'm sorry. That's kind of your thing here. And let me forewarn everybody, this is not the Zorak that you think of when you think of Space Ghost if you've never gone back this far. That's not what he looks like. He actually does look like a praying mantis on the Space Ghost Coast to Coast cartoon, which was pretty popular.
Yeah, that one came a lot later.
There's also Cartoon Planet for some of those. And JT, you might have.
I know that one. I didn't really watch it, but I was definitely aware of its existence.
Yes, and FKC is the Coast to Coast. I have actually season 1, I think, of that.
I'm trying to remember what network Cartoon Planet aired on.
I think it's probably
on Cartoon Network from 95 to 98, and I did not have Cartoon Network back then. That was in your standard cable package everywhere. In that day and age.
It wasn't, but if you like Space Ghost, go look up some Cartoon Planet. You can find that right here on the old YouTubes. Some of the good things you can do here on YouTube.
Some of them.
So this Zorak, you're going to see.
Planet, not Captain Planet, Cartoon.
No, Cartoon Planet. Yeah. Lady V, it's Cartoon Planet, and you can check them out. Oh, I should have done a link to that. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm definitely not used to doing this. I'm going to have to get back in form here. Classic Tsunami.
Who else is a fan of this series? Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, God. Space Ghost is very popular, dude. And tell you, our buddy Nick, huge. He likes Space Ghost. And if this goes over well, we'll do a couple of the one-shots and then go into the 1 through 4 that I actually had before. And I sold it with some other stuff. Just as kind of a throw it in there. I probably should have kept them. And the art and stuff on that is really, really awesome. And the story is pretty good. It's almost like an origin story. But I thought we'd go back in time, right? Not just throw something in the middle because these are just one shots, and it's a good way for us to get back in the flow, especially me. I did hang out with Mark one Sunday, and I did Ice Pirates with Nick.
Yeah, I know.
And then I was coughing on streams like that. I held off like all night, and then I was like spittle everywhere. I was like, oh crap, right toward the end.
Right.
But that was
I've always been telling you got to cut back from the 6 packs a day.
Oh God, thank God I don't smoke. I mean, you can do it if you want, but I don't drink very much, so I felt like I should have got a little shot of Jameson tonight just to get things going, but I'll be okay. You never know, right?
Right.
They say things like that. Oh, it's good for you. It's bad for you. Whatever. Yeah, I know a fifth of Jameson a night's not good for you.
No.
But a shot every month or two, it can't be bad.
Well, it depends if you're a robot from Futurama or not, right?
Yes. Oh, and
all the difference.
Hail to @Digger. I'm not sure who that is because we don't get those first names. So welcome to the hanging out, man. Whoever that is. We're going to get going here because we blabbled on enough. This is going to be pretty short. There's 3 short stories in here, JT and friends. And we'll probably skip the middle one. It's a Dino Boy, because Dinosaur Boy. And I was like, I'm just, if you like it, you can pull this up and read it. We'll probably skip through it real quick and go to the third story, which is blah. Can I say that? Nah. But
yeah, it's a standard Gold Key cover from that time. If you were to put this on a shelf next to a lot of the Star Trek Gold Key series, it would look very similar with art style, the color palette, all the rest of that, right? We're back in the era where they have a very limited color selection. And so they really have to stretch what they have to try to make depth and shadowing and shading and all of that. But yeah, this is the classic art style from the time period. So about what I would expect, not blowing me away, but I'm already thinking, how are they going to differentiate Space Ghost from a Superman character that we're looking at right here, right?
Well, they do it really well. You get the flying guy in the suit, right? But he does different things. He has a different way of doing things, and he's out in space pretty much 99.9% of the time.
Right. Right.
Superman's more land-based unless he's got special stuff going on. But I like this cover being a 66. It's basic, it's basic. It's not out of this knockout stuff because this is 1966. I don't even know if any of these people who did this were very popular later on or at the time. Probably were. I'm not even sure, but it's functional.
It does kind of give enough about the character on the front because they just tell you fists packed with electronic force, incredible speed, and the unique gift of invisibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're introducing you to the world, right? So here you go, and just basic explanation. I like this little intro. I love when comics do this a little down low, right? Give you some info. 411. You got Jason Jan there, and like I said, they are always contending with the Super Friends. Jason Jan. There's Bleep, who he's more than just a friend, JT. He gets in the action.
He protects the entire universe.
At one point he does.
Jason Jan twins who aid Space Ghost on his many adventures against the forces of evil in outer space.
Yeah, I don't know so much as they aid him. They help out every now and then. More or less get in trouble for
you get the kid, you get the preteens or the tweens in here. Which is cool. And let's see, Dave, hail to our RTNZ.
Oh, hey, where did it come from? Oh, I was watching the thing here. Yes. Hey, man, Six Nations Rugby coming up, buddy. I know him and I are going to be slathering at the bit here in the next couple of weeks. I might even do what they call fantasy league stuff for sports. I don't normally do that, but they have it. So we'll see. Yeah, and JT, I like how you said that the colors and stuff like that are pretty basic back then. Fundamentals. Money. Why didn't go back and watch our huge video with tons of people and a Hungry Boy talking about how they did comics back in the day, and it
Right.
was quite informative from him. I hope he's doing well. We haven't heard from him in quite a long time, but that was a really good informative piece by him on my stream, and it helped us, I think, JT, when we started doing those reviews, right?
Yep.
Because I found myself finding a lot of different stuff in the comics that we've had for years that I didn't know from before. Plus, I hadn't read them in years anyway.
Sure.
Then you start nitpicking at stuff. You're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done a review on one of my favorites because now I'm seeing crap I don't like.
Right. I just want to note real quick that the ship gets a name, which I like. I appreciate that. The ship will be a character in our tale, which is good.
The ship is the Phantom Cruiser.
Phantom Cruiser.
Yeah,
cool. Not highly original, but effective. An incredible space vehicle used by the Space Ghost to travel the universe at speeds heretofore undreamed of. So they don't need to call it warp or hyperspace or, they don't need to go to plaid. They don't have to make a name for it. Just incredible speed. So
for you ultra sci-fi people, and you want to talk about time and light speed and all of that, if you find this part of the show boring, if you rewatch this, go to what we do, the third comic. We're going to skip the Dino Boy one, and we're not going to waste time on that. I will look at it, but we're not going to review it because we're going to go straight to Space Ghost. And it has a ton of that in there and some really good Star Trek references, by the way. And so I think JT will like that, at least that point of it. So you get a setup here. He's got a prison. He's going to go find Zorak, and everybody, we all know who Zorak is. If you're new to Space Coast, just hang tight. We will tell you who Zorak is. And this is called Zorak's Revenge. And I'm like,
yes,
ooh,
it is.
Okay.
Lady V's throwing glitter in the chat. Lady V, don't you do that. I've got a 3-year-old and I have enough problems keeping that stuff.
Throw a glitter bomb.
Yeah.
Yes, Digger Jim. Yes. I felt like a lot of the problems that JT and I had is, especially with Joker, that we liked, like the Hacienda, which is just fantastic.
Oh, it was hilarious when we were reading that. I saw that the first time. I was muting my mic. It was just so hilarious. But we loved the humor in that comic up until the last issue, and then that happened.
Yeah, but the brutality will catch you off guard for a comic that's supposed to be preteen or teenager. Oh, but it's the Joker, as the chat reminded us. Remember that? They're like, Dave, it's the Joker. I'm like, you got me. It is, but it's kind of like, who are these target audiences? And you've been dealing with that over on your end of the field with the Star Trek stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's,
we're here to have fun, Dave, not think about.
Yeah, we're here to have fun.
That show.
So let's get on with it, shall we? For all you
folks, I might end up liking this, but I am always going to be nitpicky. That's just how I am. And Dave is an optimist, but also notices things that I miss quite a bit. So
yeah, I went through this fairly quickly earlier. So it's a fast comic, kind of why I'm dragging things on. If you guys are getting a little frustrated, like let's go, you'll see why. This isn't going to go. This isn't. And no jokes, Lady V. This isn't going to last long. So I know you're waiting. I know what you're up to.
So right away, and Dave, I don't know if you can zoom out just a tad because they can't see. Yeah, just like one level.
Let's see. I can scroll over. I think I can.
Just because the speech is on the bottom. Or actually, the dialogue box.
You
is
want
on the
me
bottom.
to shrink or enlarge?
Just shrink it one size.
More?
No, well, that's good. Just scroll down a little bit, if you could, to the bottom of this page. Yeah, to the bottom.
Oh yeah, I'll get to it. It's because he's like a full page. I like how they did this full page Space Ghost.
Maintaining watch over 1 billion miles of space, the incredible guardian of the universe, Space Ghost. Dave, name a planet that you think is 1 billion miles away from the sun?
1 billion?
Yeah.
Omicron Persei 8?
Saturn is 886 million miles, and Uranus is
I was
1.4.
Yeah,
So
let's go Pluto. And I'm just
no,
going to go the farthest.
He his zone of control is I guess if you're looking at it in terms of a radius and not a diameter of this circle of control, that gets you between Saturn and Uranus. But if you're looking at it as the total distance, he's basically covering, half each way. It's like the asteroid belt. That's all that it's going to get you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll be fast and loose with their numbers. It looks like, because this is not going to be a very detailed sci-fi adventure.
Not until the third one, and then we'll see what happens. So we get a prison break. So we get straight into the action, though, JT. Boom,
yes, you do.
Boom, prison break. It's a jail break. Come on, buddy. I know who that sings that. Jail break. I know who it is. Come on, buddy.
Oh, geez.
I like this little square down here, everyone. So this tells you copyright 1966, Hanna-Barbera. That must be like, I don't.
Is that a Thin Lizzy song?
No, it's
No?
Well, it might be an original. I don't know who the original, but AC/DC.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. A
true.
Would not
Yeah,
have
Jim.
Uranus.
True,
No.
Jim. Also,
Not
the
that.
Omega Galaxy, Omega Prison. Would you like to spend some time in Omega Prison?
No.
The end?
No. That seems like a bad place to go.
Yeah, not someplace I want to be.
I wish Mark D with a C. He would know. I think this little square here. I think that's the Herculoids. But anyway. So
I also wanted to note that it was published by Kathleen Kennedy Publications in Poughkeepsie. No, I'm just kidding, folks.
That's
not the same KK.
No.
We're in for a better ride than that. Okay.
Yeah. So we get this prison break, you get the ship, and so what do you think of the artwork right away? It's pretty basic, but it's not like the background.
It's not as basic as you would lead on by calling it that. There is quite a bit of detail in the mountain range behind them, and they're, like you said, shadow work. You do get an okay amount of detail, enough to know that you have mantis creatures going into this prison that sustained massive damage, and it's not a straight flat background behind the ship.
No. And the one thing I would say,
I'm not going to be too harsh on this.
Nah, we don't need to be. It's not. It's a fun comic,
right?
It's pretty basic. But they you wouldn't know these were mantis men though unless they told you. Like
they do.
Be like
right away. They tell you.
Yeah, they tell you. They tell you, so you're good to go. And I like it goes head toward the bowels of the prison. Right. But right, look at the detail. They got the bars and stuff back here, the rivets in the doors, and
we've seen a lot less detailed on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Until 14 melting.
Yeah, folks, I was bagging and boarding the other day, trying to get some better bags around my BSG run, the original run, and I was just sitting there doing it, listening to YouTube. Then all of a sudden I got to number 14 staring me right in the face. I had to take a picture and send that off today.
Yeah, you had to ruin my day.
I did.
It's like, man, you jerk face.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, if you're newer to the show, last year we did a BSG walkthrough, and we did not like BSG number 14.
No.
That is our least favorite comic on this show, doing it for over a year now. So
yeah.
The worst of the worst.
By far.
If we say BSG 14, that's what we
by far.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I was just kind of wondering, they just kind of skipped that there's no guards here, and I was thinking if you've watched the show in the past, and most of you have here, pretty much everybody, Digger Jim, thanks for hanging out. That we had a couple of security guards during the whole Joker run. Remember that?
Yes.
Marty and Sal or something.
Yep.
And Marvel really screwed up by not making these guys like a feature in like every comic that they do. But I was thinking of those two guys. Like they could be like the only two security guys here because who's going to come all the way to the Omega prison? Well, Zorak's minions will, you know, and they bust him out. And I'm like, that's Zorak. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to have to get used to this face here because everybody knows we're talking Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, Cartoon Planet, the Brack show. If you guys didn't know, Brack actually had his own show. And it's hilarious. So I don't know, JT, if you could look that up for me. Oh, is that Gap?
It is.
Hey, Gap, yay! And Papa After Dark, Gap After. Oh no, I can't read. Gap After Dark. Hail.
Yep.
I'll tell you. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, we love Space Ghost, man. And check out that Zorak, dude. That's a crazy, crazy looking Zorak. But there it is. That's why I wanted to
original.
Show this the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like a Black Manta. It's just so different because the Zorak that we know looks just like a damn brain. And he's hilarious and a wise ass. So at Ghost Planet, okay, so JT and everybody, Ghost Planet is like his home base, Space Ghost. What you're not getting here though is an origin story. They're just going straight into this story, right? Straight into Zorak.
Thank goodness.
We'll get that in the 4-part series, or maybe in another one shots that we do, because I think we'll do another one. There's Blip, Jan, and Jace. And he's like, Blip, no, you can't come with me because Zorak's after revenge for, I'm assuming, because Space Ghost put his ass in prison.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Zorak's not wasting any time. He's heading straight for Space Ghost planet called Ghost Planet. Dun-dun, dum. Bonk, bonk. Right? And revenge will be mine. You know, classic cartoon stuff from the evil people, right? Revenge will be mine. Space Ghost has thwarted my plans for the last time. He will pay for my imprisonment. So there you go. And nice. I like it. I love this, dude, because we know this is for kids and adults. You know, little kids could read this. This is a comic that you could give to your kids if they're showing interest in this kind of thing. So. And I guess they're on alert here, JT. They know
they're going out for regular patrol, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll check everything while you're gone." Mm-hmm. She's studying cosmic calculus, so she's going to be the smarter one out of the two, I have a feeling. And
brave and
Space Ghost leaves the monkey in charge.
Yeah,
and not the teenagers.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, you got a redhead though. You get a redhead. That's cool. Redhead and blonde. Guess what else we get here for all the people who've returned to our show? What's behind Space Ghost right there? Do you remember?
A shrubbery.
Shrubbery. Yes. Holy shit. I just noticed it. Yeah. We get shrubbery, folks. And all I'm looking for now is a monitor.
Right.
And
well, you make that one.
Ice Pirates had 1 billion of them, dude. Good God. There was like 1,000 monitors in that movie. That movie was so much fun. Everybody loved it, man. It was awesome. And guess what we get here, JT?
A unique ship that is modeled after the type of species that built it.
You know that? Outstanding. That's why you see everybody. That's why I have JT on the show, because he's smart. He's smart. He's good like that. And at first I thought it was a monitor, but no, they're looking out the port. What would you call that? The port view, the porthole for my Navy,
the
Marine Corps view screen,
the viewport, maybe. I don't know.
Looking out the window. There you go.
Yeah.
He's looking out the window and they're like, "Hey, man, there's the planet." Okay. Excellent.
Excellent. The so-called protector of the universe will soon know the power of my revenge. He must be eliminated.
Chat's on fire tonight again. Welcome back, everyone. But I love the humor here because remember what they said that Space Ghost was right on the cover? He's the protector
of the universe.
Yeah. So Zorak's taking a shot at him here. It's funny. Excellent. The so-called protector of the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, well, whatever, dude.
Now they must have been listening to their records because they did not watch the radar screen for anybody coming.
Well, and they put the monkey in charge.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. They right. You're right again, JT. They just literally just walked out of it.
Yeah.
And Blip's just like, I don't know.
Now, kids, what do you not tell strangers? That your parents aren't home.
Yes.
And that's exactly what she does.
Yeah. Yeah. A little public service announcement. Shazam would not go for this, would he?
No.
Oh, dude. Anyway, I'm still laughing at the joke, protector of the universe. Sorry, I like.
Here we go. Yeah. So we have.
Well, Zorak doesn't. He's not like overtly pissed about it. He's just like, okay, whatever. I'll just take you as hostages then. We'll just do that. He's not like,
yeah,
all right, okay. He's not here. We'll grab the young people. I'm surprised he doesn't know who they are, but I'm pretty sure he knows their names. Grab the young people, take them back to our ship. And then they do a little kind of craziness. JT, I know you're probably going to say that this is kind of stupid here because I thought it was a little odd. Blip goes and grabs flares from the planet's surface.
Well, he goes and hits the button that says distress flares.
Yeah. That's what he just hit the button.
Yeah, to have something absolutely massive enough, you would really need to have it be like a small nuclear device. Make it large enough for anyone to see from that distance in orbit.
Yeah. Like if it was a regular size flare, it's got to have like a nuclear atom in it or something. There's like a nuclear ion, or that's one hell of a rocket flare. Right. And we get a partial monitor shot here. A little bit of fun.
You do.
Space Ghost flying a machine. Pretty cool view. I mean,
they're thinking here, at least. They do have those dishes on the building. They could have just used that to communicate to him with a distress call.
Yeah, like there's probably an emergency button inside the building. Blip just runs over, hits it. Yeah. So, but I like the way they're thinking, JT, for people who are new. This angle that they have, even though the flare thing's a little weird, they took the time to think of having this shot, right? And think of like you're a movie producer or director, right?
Yep.
And you have this shot of him looking outside the ship like the Mantis people were doing, Zorak and this guys. So I like that. You got the planet down there in space, it's kind of cool. We like when they think, when they do stuff in the comics.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So he gets back and he's like, where's Jan and Jace? And they set off the distress flare, but that's not true. Blip did that. So Blip's not as dumb as we were letting him on to be. He's smart, right? He knew what to do. He ran over there. Space Ghost gives him no credit. And then he does. All right. So he didn't. And then he goes, oh, I see. Get it. You must have set it off. So he corrects himself, which I think is kind of cool. So he gives.
And we have our first mistake here in the artwork.
What you got?
Look at the cape. You notice anything wrong with the
it's
cape?
Transparent. Yeah.
Yes.
It's transparent. And I would not have known that his cape is transparent. I don't know if this.
Well, it's not in the page directly above when he's sitting in the chair. No. It's opaque because it's made of fabric.
Yeah, I don't know if this is an original thing that they stick with. Could catch, and then they Zorak just
So one
pins
of
him.
them's wrong, but hey,
Yeah,
it's issue 1. We'll be a little forgiving.
It-
Yeah, so he finds this note, right? With a knife into what looks like a steel wall. That's a pretty damn sharp knife.
I know, right? He pulls out he pulls out a sharp ass blade. Here you go, like old gangster style, man.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I put a note on the wall. Yeah,
And for those of you that are younger in the audience, this note is handwritten on paper with a pen, and that is called cursive.
it's called curse.
And yes, Jim, I was also going to say he has great penmanship.
Oh, he does, dude. Does. Oh man, that's funny, JT. Good catch again, dude. And I like this little scene with Blib just kind of hanging on his shoulder. He's like, "Oh, right." And the art's good here. I mean, Blib is drawn fairly well. The arms are a little weird, but I mean, the faces and Space Ghost isn't terribly that hard to draw. I think and hands are always difficult. Um, but I like it. I like it. It's great for this comic. And and they didn't show JT. I didn't see where. Did you catch where they had the artists and stuff? They didn't put that in there. The top page. I didn't see that.
I didn't see it.
Maybe at the end we'll catch it if we could remember. Yeah, weird stuff happened in Omega Prison. You got that right. I would say something right. Okay.
Now, here we go. What do you think of the ship, Dave?
I don't have anything negative, but I don't know that it was orange. Is it orange? I guess it's
In
orange.
this one, it's
It
orange.
is, and it's orange in this one, but it can go invisible, which is pretty cool. It goes stealth mode, invisio power, or inviso power, they call it. So, what are your thoughts?
Interesting choice for orange.
Yeah,
Usually the only time you get an orange aircraft of any kind is a test vehicle for the Air Force, uh, typically, and they'll make it bright fluorescent orange or near fluorescent to help in case you have an accident. They want to find you if you crash, right?
yeah. Well, they're pretty serious about it.
Interesting choice for this.
Yeah, the chairs are orange too.
Yeah,
the inside, it's orange all the way.
But orange is not such a common color for superheroes, right? It's not Orange Lantern. Batman is black and Superman is
Juice
the blue
Man.
and the red.
Juice Man was orange, wasn't he?
Baby, you talking about O.J. Simpson again?
No, screw that dude. R.I.P. Anyway, they go inviso power and straight through space to get to Zorak's lair, and we get this little funky, weird place. I like that they tried here with these buildings. Just draw some weird stuff and call it Zorak's lair. It's cool.
Well,
cool
if you go back up just a bit, sorry, there was an interesting concept that was up there just on the last little frame.
Mm-hmm.
As the Phantom Cruiser nears the speed of light, traveling too fast to reflect an image, it vanishes from sight. That's not how that works, but that's an interesting dynamic. Okay.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get into speed of light when we get to the third one. So I'm speeding up. I'll speed up here just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So we get the Zorak's lair, draw a bunch of stuff. Cool. All right. And then Space Ghost will be coming in, turn on the matter intensifier. And it actually show it. So you're like, okay. And then we get a huge ass monitor finally. We get another one. Actually, we get two of them in the same page here. But this is kind of Moltar's stuff that he does on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. If you know who Moltar is there, JT. No? Okay. So Moltar is like one of the characters on the Coast to Coast show. And he's dressed up in the big lava suit, and he's a sidekick on the show. He's kind of like in the back, like does functional stuff, like IT and computer stuff, like cue me to something else. Zorak's actually the band leader for the show, by the way. If you didn't know that. And Coast to Coast it's like the Johnny Carson show or the David Letterman or whatever you got going on. So Moltar's in the back. He's like the tech guy, and he's always standing there with his big ass monitor thing. He's like the production guy. Anywho, so Zorak is standing here, and he's watching them come in, and now it's kind of like Jan and Jace are just standing there. They're not even handcuffed. It's like,
well, where are they going to go too?
Yeah, you're right. They're not going to be able to go very far. And I don't think they're going to write them into doing anything more than maybe push a button or trip somebody or throw a banana peel on the floor, right? Something like that. That kind of humor.
And hail to Dadman. Good to see you, sir.
Oh, Dadman, yes. He knows all about the Coast to Coast. Yeah, we were talking about Moltar. I've got season 1 and 2, I think. Anyway, Coast to Coast is great. And then we were talking about Cartoon Planet as well, Dadman, if you ever watched that, and the Brack Show, if everybody didn't know. So Zorak is talking trash to Space Ghost here in classic villain fashion. Right.
Yep.
Aha! You have no choice unless you want them to die. And I was kind of waiting to see, JT, everybody, if they would actually say something like that. But I mean, it's kids gotta know about that stuff sooner or later. Yeah, we all know. I mean, we're not talking 5-year-olds reading this, the preteens, teenagers, and adults. So, but I was just curious to see if they would go that far, because Zorak kind of mentioned it before, or it does again later. And he's like, I will come in. This, I promise you, Zorak.
This feels very 1930s sci-fi.
Yeah.
Very classic. No real risks taken yet, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely given off an older than the print date vibe.
Yeah, I mean, even this is a 12-cent comic. We're not getting into the 10 cents, but this is a 12-center. And you're talking, what are my ages here? Drawing a blank, guys. Is this golden age? This is 66. 66 isn't golden age yet, is it? Or do we have to go to the 10s? I'm sure the chat can help me out. I think it's close. I'm not sure. But anyway. So Space Ghost,
depending on who you ask, this is Silver Age. Silver Age, okay. I would say. Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? I like the artwork. Look at the little monitor one with Zorak, because I like the monitor stuff. And they got to the haha, and they're talking trash to each other. It's kind of cool, that they showed that. And then the one little block right here just for space filler. I'm gonna come in, Zorak. Nowadays he'd say, "Oh, I'm coming here and kick your ass," but they don't say that kind of stuff back then.
This is the type of thing where I am going to start having a nitpick on. I do not like the solid color backgrounds when you don't put enough attention to detail on the face, on what's in the foreground.
Yes.
And they don't do that.
Not in this block. They did not. I think they wasted it all on this other one. These other ones. These other two. Because you've got one solid, then a nice one, then a nice one, and then a solid, and then a pretty good one. Where he's actually talking to Blip, like he understands him. He's like, my only chance now is self-teleportation. Instantaneous as thought. Don't be surprised when I leave you, Blip. Which is kind of cool here, because even though this isn't an origin story, he's telling Blip that the audience in itself doesn't know what he's getting ready to do, because we haven't met Space Ghost yet. Supposedly, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that Blip his little sidekick guy here doesn't know it either. Is kind of cool. So you're like, what's he getting ready to do? And he does something pretty wild here, dude. Really, really wild. He transports himself, man. What do you think about that?
Teleportation.
Yes.
Looks like he could really use some Motrin or something.
Yes.
But,
God. drank too much. What do you call it? Klingon ale?
Romulan ale.
Romulan ale. Shit. I dropped the pot on that one, didn't I? But yeah, so he's like, only blip in the stars witness a phenomenon almost beyond comprehension. So the language here makes you probably think, like, you're a kid, you don't know what phenomenon is, right?
It depends on the kid.
Yeah, it depends, right? So they're stretching it a little bit with the verbiage, verbology.
Sure.
And it's good. I like that. Applying principles learned from the great teacher mind of the fringe galaxies. We don't know who that is, but what do you think about his ability to do this?
Might be OP. It's a risk to write this in. So let's see how well they do with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of makes you wonder, like, he's trying to sneak in. Okay. So that's the premise of him doing this, right? He doesn't want to land the ship and give away his position. However, weren't they just talking? So it was kind of weird to me. I was like, well, okay. I was a little lost there. What I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So even though Zorak knows he's there, he's still going to sneak around back, and he's using subterfuge. So that's what's really happening.
Although I wouldn't necessarily have teleported myself outside the building today.
Well, yeah. So the thing is, then they say he's a million miles ahead. So he stopped short. So I was a little confused. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm easily confused.
But he transported himself faster than the speed of his ship because they got him in that materializer beam, which integrated his ship, so it slowed him down out of warp or faster than light speed.
Yes, excellent.
So then he made the final jump of 1 million miles, and while his ship is probably on some autopilot, everybody's going to be looking for the ship, thinking that he's on it. He did this teleportation to the planet's surface so he can go and do some James Bond stuff in the background.
And boom, daddy. That's exactly what they did.
Yep.
So you nailed it again. And but I just wanted your take on the whole sciencey part of
now,
this.
Look, they're going to have to invent reasons why he can't just go teleport himself in and rescue people every single issue now.
They'll wait for it.
Okay.
Wait for it. Because I already knew you were going to go there. And I was thinking too. It's like, okay, now what? How many does he have infinite power? Like people that we've seen in the past that were like, you can't even write for this, like the Spectre, where it got to the point, it's like, how do you even write for the Spectre anymore? You have to kind of have a whole new series and change it. That's it, because he's too powerful. But anyway, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. That's exactly what they were doing. And I like this artwork again. Look how they have, they're kind of watching the ship land. And they're like, all right, here he comes, get ready. And it shows the little guys in the viewport area there. So these guys are thinking about how can we make the art, cool, little things. Even though they do a lot of the solid block walls. And then they have Blip, who's standing at the ship so they can see him. And there you go, JT. They fell for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Of course.
Yeah, and there's a lot of artwork here as well. It's good stuff.
On that one, there is. On the first two on this page, there are. On the next two, there's barely anything.
Yeah. The left one's really good. The right one here, and his cape is see-through again, opaque. How do you say it? Opaque. Yeah. And he doesn't want to give away his position just yet, even though I don't know
it's transparent again.
Yeah, it's transparent again.
Yeah.
And JT, I don't know if you know about his powers, what he can do outside of what we just saw. He has, well, I don't want to give it away for you, but he's just trying to sneak in for now, right?
Yeah.
And I do like he comes up behind and he cracks these dudes. He's like, "Here you go, boys, bug boys, bonk, bonk, bonk." he
and
just
then of course the
them.
girl, Space Ghost.
Oh no. We knew you'd get past them some way. But now they're handcuffed.
Take care, Dad Man.
Oh, that man, you leaving?
Yeah.
Yes, Brack. Yes, everybody, go. Brack has a show. If you didn't know, the Brack Show. Hilarious, dude. So, JT, one of the things that we try not to do is be picky on comics that we actually like. I like this one. It's fun so far, right? And I'm going to, it's just called Straight Up the Brack Show. That's it, guys. Yeah, that's it. I'll just type that in. You can Google it. I was going to put a link, but it's called the Brack Show. Boom. There you go.
Google it. That's my Chank impression.
So I like how he's still maintaining stealth mode because he has lasers and stuff and all kinds of stuff in those armbands, JT. I'll spoil alert. Everybody here knows who's seen Space Ghost. And if not, you're going to find out anyway. So he doesn't use them to maintain stealth, but now guess what? They're tied up and they weren't tied up. I was like, okay, all right, don't picnic. No, don't.
He's got cuff keys. Why not?
Well, yeah, he's untying them where I made the comment before. They're not going to go anywhere, so why tie them up? And now they're tied up. So a little continuity there. It's just little thing. It's not a deal breaker here. It's just because I noticed it before. I noticed it here. That's all it is. And JT, to answer your question, he does bring it up, which is good. It's impossible for me to teleport all of us. And by now they're probably swarming around the old cruiser because he's got to get his cruiser in blip. And he knows he can't teleport them anyway. So I can't answer the point of can he teleport away again without using all that kind of energy. But he does say here he can't teleport all of them, if that helps. Oh, FKC, C-Lab 2021 is phenomenal. I love that show, dude. I love C-Lab. I don't know if you know this, everybody. C-Lab 2021. Captain Murphy and a character called Marco is actually voiced by Eric Estrada, JT.
Really?
From Chips.
Okay.
Yes. FKC knows what I'm talking about. And Debbie, I could go on and on. C-Lab 21. C-Lab. I can't think of the words. Beneath the whatever. It's a great show. So anyway, we get these huge ass mosquitoes coming out of nowhere. I'm like, what?
Yep. Those are their drones or whatever.
Security. Why is my alarm going off?
Yeah. So, of course, they're not out of the woods yet. They have to fight to get back to their ship. Yeah, and these I don't know about you, but I don't like giant mosquitoes. But I have a feeling he's going to be my favorite superhero here in a minute. And indeed, he is.
Well, if you've ever been to Louisiana in the South and Florida, you know about giant mosquitoes or anywhere in the woods, even in Alaska. I don't know if you know this, man. You get your ass tore up there.
Oh, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan has some real giant flies, giant bugs like this.
Yes, Lady V. They would be. And you know what? I was just thinking of the mantis. I was trying to think of it because I can't think of the name because I get it confused of the old school black and white horror movies that feature just big ass animals, right? Lady V. There's one that has ants. It's called Them. It's a great movie. Then they did have one with a praying mantis and one with a tarantula. That one was, it was okay. But if you love that kind of stuff, Them is really good. That's where you'll find me. Yes, okay, she's singing the song in the chat. Way to go. That is so cool. And yeah, he grabs him right by the old stinger and body slams him.
And it's an effective little fight scene. It's nice. It's not 10 pages of each swing gets its own frame.
Well, you were right about that. They were kind of guard dogs. That's why Jan, or was it Jace, said something about watchdogs, or you said that. I think it's written in here as well. And he's not only fighting them, but look how damn big they are, dude. He's riding that sucker.
Yeah.
That's not no, those things are huge, man.
Like
And
he's got like an ornithopter going on here.
yeah, yeah. And what's kind of cool here is the artwork. They've got a bunch of, it's minimalistic here because he's drawing the wings. You could see like the wings and stuff that has the little lines, the veins, whatever. And down here you can see Jason Jan hiding behind the thing, but he's also getting shot at. Pew pew.
Yeah, blast him down.
By the Mantis people. I can't get over the Zorak face though, man. I'm just gonna have to get used to it, dude.
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
I like it. Especially for the 60s. They're not doing a human species here. No. Gotta give something to them. Or do it for at least doing something not boring in the same.
Yeah. Zorak's like, you thought you escaped me. My giant mosquito doesn't get him first. Classic stuff there. Skinny little legs, though.
He's gonna delete the students. Okay.
Yeah, that was the reference I was talking to you about. Yeah. Like, but he's a bad guy. They need to get into the gym, work on those legs, though. Skipping leg day. I don't like that art there. It's like, wow. But yeah, I guess praying mantis don't have thick legs, right? And then he's like, take them to the flying bomb. Classic old school villain talk.
Well, I love the response. You'll never get away with this, Zorak. Space Ghost will see to that.
I mean, it's textbook shit here, dude.
Yeah, it is.
This isn't actually rocket science.
Like if you asked us to write in the speech bubbles, we're probably, writing pretty close to the same darn thing.
Yeah, I would think so.
It is enjoyable in a guilty sort of way.
Yeah. So Space Ghost uses his wristbands here, right? His armbands, and he throws a force field on him, which was a little bit of a letdown for me and for everybody who does know Space Ghost, because in the Coast to Coast series in Cartoon Planet, but definitely in the Coast to Coast, he's always shooting Zorak in the face with his laser blaster because Zorak is a smartass. And he's always screwing with, and Space Ghost, he's always messing with Space Ghost, dude. So he gets real mad and just blasts him. So I thought he was going to whip out the huge ass laser blaster. And he just hits him with this little force field thing. I was like, oh, come on, man. I was all like, come, hey, here it comes. No. So I said, well, maybe he'll save it for Zorak. That would be cool. But we're going back in time here, right? So it's kind of like, so they show him hitting the mosquito with this thing here, but it's not really what I was hoping for. But it does show some of his stuff.
I love the horn that this guy has.
I was like, it's not a bong, right? So
no, it's a horn.
Bongs.
No, it's a horn.
I know. It is the 60s.
They're not long for this world. Okay.
Oh, that's the reference. That's the reference I was talking about. It was very, very subdued reference there. Very veiled. And I like his Space Ghost just flying around. You knew he could do that, right? He could just fly on his own.
Apparently.
Yeah. He can. He can just fly around. He's got that power. And then Zora keeps talking about his flying time bomb. And Space Ghost is kind of like, what are you talking about?
Okay, this is a little too dastardly here on this next thing. Like a little too, come on, dude. That's too convenient. Your friends are tied in the cabin seats with the flying bomb. It is set to explode seconds after takeoff. You see, Space Ghost, I win after all. Why does it need to take off at all? Why don't you just get a plunger for some TNT, tie him to some railroad tracks, and
boom. And at this point in the comic,
why does it have to take off?
Yeah, I'm starting. Okay. Yeah, sorry, didn't talk over you there.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying, okay, like this is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I was getting flashes of the actual Flash Gordon serials with Buster Crabbe, the black and white ones back in the day, and they made a lot of them. You go to the theater, you watch the 15-minute clip, and then it's a cliffhanger every week, right? This kind of style and talk and action, like, oh, he's got to go save them because now they're tied up to the bomb type of thing, Now he's got to fly in. It just reminded me of those old Flash serials. Oh, and geez, dude, segue. I actually have that on you can find that under my videos. And of course, we are not ready to link it. So go find it, everybody. There's a whole Flash Gordon serials. They are really cool. They're in my videos somewhere. So, yeah, good rainy day stuff,
So he, of course, sees this thing taken off. And he's going to have to rescue them in the nick of time because, of course, that's what's going to happen.
Well, you made reference to one of our all-time favorite superheroes, El Supermano.
Yeah.
And he does pull the Superman stunt here.
Oh, I started thinking in my head, looking at this, like, dun, 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 dun. I'm not going to sing any more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get a community strike.
You'll get in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. So he does the his full powers and he flies up there. Now, I can tell you, Space Ghost, just to let you know, is they're not doing. He is a strong, kick-ass kind of dude. You notice he's a big dude anyway, right?
Yeah.
He's not just some wimpy guy. He's a big old bruiser. He's strong as an ox, and he's got all these other powers. So he rips the door open there, and no, Space Ghost, don't come in, it'll explode. And he's like, I think he was going to tell him, yeah, Jace, I got this, man. Yeah, dude, right. I know. It's a bomb. I got it. I get it. But Jace, geez, yeah, Jace is the guy. So Jace is just trying to be friendly. Don't save me. Save yourself. Yay. And, Speaking of flashes, in a flash, Jan and Jace are untied quickly and don the emergency rocket packs, which I know
conveniently are located in a ship that you're launching off on a one-way trip. I'm glad health and safety were there to pre-inspect for them.
Was OSHA and Zorax playing it? Like, you can't have a destructo bomb without safety.
Right. Okay.
I would have bet $500. I know, dude. I guarantee you, if I had the money like that, I'd have bet $1,000 you were going to say that. Oh, I knew it, 100%, dude. No way you were going to let that go.
Yeah. So this is not the Thinking Man's comic. Okay.
But it's functional for this cliffhanger serial type vibe I'm getting now that I didn't really get before, or I would have linked my Flash video.
Sure.
But
also the exhaust out of this rocket pack is going to melt their ass.
Yeah. It's
like where it's shooting out, like in this ducted thing, right?
Yeah, they weren't thinking on that one. But you get lots of buttons and stuff over here, which is kind of cool.
It's very analog looking, like you'd expect in a Buck Rogers.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want cereals, you can go to the Buck Rogers cereals as well. They were pretty good too.
Now, it's interesting here, and I just wanted to slow it down just for a second. The thought bubble here from Space Ghost says, there, Zorak, let's see if you can take it as well as you can dish it out. Now, if you're on this flying rocket ship that is going to detonate at any second, but you save people you need to save, wouldn't you just get the hell out of there and let it blow up where it may? No, he takes the risk and the time to be a little bit. This is a little bit of a dark move.
Vengeful. It's all vengeance. Isn't that what they put in the comic earlier? It was Zorak's revenge. Now It's Space Ghost. Turned
This
it
guy
kind of
is no
dastardly.
cowboy. If
He's
you
a
ask me, this guy is no cowboy doing this.
No.
He could have gone to try to get Zorak after they rescued him, put him on the ship, and then get Zorak and throw him back in one of the other Greek alphabet prisons. But he didn't. He's
Beta
like,
Cuck,
let
Cuck
me,
prison.
yeah. We redirect this giant rocket ship to detonate on the base deliberately.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, it's here. You're not going to miss this. That's exactly what he does. And they even make mention of it. Thank goodness he made it. Now we're all clear of the flying bomb. But Zorak is due for a bit of a surprise. So not only does he do it on purpose, they're all for it, dude. They're like, screw him.
Yeah.
Screw that guy. He kidnapped me. They're like, they're not even blinking an eye at it. They're joking and laughing. And he's like, Zorak won't bother us again, she. Butthole. Better get back.
I'm wondering how cartoonish this boom is, if it's like a Looney Tunes style boom.
Oh, it totally is. Boom. It's not even a kaplow.
Or a Batman. Yeah, Batman from this era. Boom.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Normally you'd get a kaboom, right?
You would.
Yeah. They didn't even care. Or like, boom. That's it. Done. And then they're joking about, well, better get back to the lab and check on things. Oh, well, see you. We just waylaid that. We just waylaid that whole place, dude.
Yep.
They leveled it.
Hopefully he didn't have any other hostages on his base.
Look at the smoke.
Or anybody
cloud.
Else.
Look at this. Look at the smoke cloud from it behind him.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was kind of like, wow.
Hopefully there weren't any innocent little bug women and children.
Yeah, but they're just
that
bugs,
base.
Right? They're just the bad guys here, and everybody's like, "Yay!" End of the bad guys. Time to move on. So what do you think of this?
How in the universe we would get along without you, Space Ghost.
So before we quickly move on to the other one, there is another one, folks. Don't go away. And it is full of sci-fi, and we're gonna really breeze through it because personally I didn't like it as good as this one. But it has some sci-fi stuff that I got to pick JT's brain over, and you guys. What did you all think of this? Anybody in the chat? JT, what do you think?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way through to the end. Looking at the clock, but
it's done. This is a one and done, and then we move on to a whole nother comic, and we move up, and we're going to move farther in time. We're going to move up in time, and we're going to quickly go through the third one here because we're skipping Dino Boy.
We're skipping Dino Boy. Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing Dino Boy. We're going to the third one because this is Space Ghost, and we'll look at it real quick. But for the audience and for everybody here, we are doing another Space Ghost fairly quickly, and we're skipping Dino Boy. So if you see the Dino Boy right here in a minute, don't worry about it. We're going to go right through it. Just quickly again, did you overall you liked it, JT?
Yeah. They didn't take a lot of risk except for drawing the villains being an alien species. We did get to see the powers that Space Ghost has, a little bit of a limitation with the teleportation. We also learned that he is not all about taking the high road when it comes to meting out justice.
Right. Superman would not have done this.
Oh, no. Batman would have not done that either. I'm trying to think of some of the superheroes that maybe would have. Yeah, it'd be interesting. So anyway,
if you want a history of Space Ghost, JT, it did really come out that it was Space Ghost and Dino Boy.
Okay.
How that came about and all that, I did not do my homework. Maybe by next week, if I'm not too lazy or forgetful, I'll do it. Probably not, but hey. So the cartoon and the comics were Space Ghost and Dino Boy, just for your information on that part of it anyway. And you can you can goggle that as much as you feel to go look up the old school stuff. So this is Dino Boy. There's a story. Ladies and gents, we're not going to do this one because we're doing Space Ghost. There's Dino. There's the boy. Okay, we're moving on. Here's Dino. There's the boy. There's the story. He's riding the dino. Roar, roar. Okay.
Bum, 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 bum,
Roar, some more dinos. Roar.
Yeah.
And we're getting to the other Space Ghost. And then, yay, Dino Boy and Caveman Guy. Yay. Okay, the end. Okay. Now,
they only asked if they could, but never should.
Yeah. They might even think we use the big lizard as our camp watchdog. And his bite is worse than his bark. Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Old school stuff. So, Hanna-Barbera, Space Ghost, and the Space Outcast. And I'll warn you, I wasn't too keen on this one, except for the science. JT. The sci-fi aspect of this. It was a little confusing here. You'll catch on. I guess they're kind of in space, or because they're on the ship, right? It's orange. And they see this dude tied to a raft. And they identify this guy as the Dweezer. He's a part of the Dweezer. How do you Dweezer? Man? Dweerza.
Yeah.
Dweerza race. Okay. So there you go. Basically the same art and that kind of stuff. But they're kind of like, he's huge.
Cloven feet are a sign of the devil.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make that analogy.
Okay.
He's got some weird hands as well, right? But they notice that he's 20 times bigger than a regular Dweezer and looks meaner. Okay, cool.
He's into some weird
let's move on.
Weird bedroom stuff here. Okay.
Now here's a shot across the bow at somebody. Look what they say about the Dweezers. They're the locust of the universe, nothing but little thieves and destroyers. Now, JT, let me ask you, in your Star Trek universe, who does that remind you of? If you said locust, nothing but little.
Quick, sorry. Gap is headed to bed. He's exhausted.
Oh, Gap. Well, dude, listen, thank you for coming by and DMing me earlier. It was good to hear from you. I'm glad you're doing well as also. And what you need to do, Gap, you probably did this, is if you're Battlestar Galactica people, and Gap sure is go to Factory Entertainment and sign up for their newsletter, because what Mark D and C showed us a while back at the New York City Comic-Con for all those BSG stuff that's coming out, they're hinting that it's going to come out summer, spring, licensing and all this kind of stuff withstanding. Don't hold me to that, but that's what they said. So factoryentertainment.com, Gap. I'm pretty sure you already know about that. So I'm just going to type that in for him. And thank you so much for coming by. Hit that like button if you haven't. Factoryentertainment.com. They got some really, really good stuff and kick ass, dude. If they pull this off, JT, I don't think they understand how popular this is. I've been keeping an eye on it, and the vibe is that they're not prepared. They're going to screw it up, I think.
Well, hopefully not.
Well, I think what's going to happen is they're going to blow out of those runs, and then they're going to have to do another release. That's what's going to happen. They're not, because you don't want them to go overboard and make a crappy product, right? The picture of the MK1 Viper is really, really good, dude. In fact, you know that I have the huge one here, right? That I've been holding off, not fixing, just to see what they come out with. That's how much people are waiting. Some people are talking about, I hope it's not too expensive because they want to buy 2 or 3, at least 2, right? To have them next to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Factory Entertainment, I hope you guys know, you pull some BSG's way popular than you think, because you're coming out with that line. You better deliver, because you're going to get smoked if you don't do it right. Anyhow, there you go. Went off on a little tangent there. So have a good night, Gav. Anyway, so yeah, they meet this guy. I'm just going to blow right through here. No jokes, Lady V.
Locust to the universe, that would be the Borg.
Well, dig deeper.
To answer your question from earlier,
little thieves and destroyers. So I see where you got the Borg, locusts, and destroyers, but it's the little thieves part. Because remember, this guy is 20 times bigger than the regular Dweezers. All right. So they free him. He's a huge dude. And the guy's really grateful. So Space goes, well, we'll just put he's like, oh, I owe you.
You're entitled to a fair trial, I guess.
Well, they don't trust him. Now, they don't trust him at all. Now, what other people in the Star Trek universe are you thinking of now? Little thieves that people don't trust at all.
The cadets on Starfleet Academy.
Oh, you had to go there. No. Bonk, bonk. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there, folks.
Okay.
So Space Ghost puts his ass to work because he's a big dude. He's like, well, you go fix your shit. Barun, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, he's been working his ass off. And he's like, you're doing pretty well. And I want to prove my gratitude. And then Jan comes up with some weird thing, chartings of the Pactra moon trails. We better get going. So I guess they're going on a mission, JT, right? Does that sound right to you?
Yep. Okay. And they're going to leave the monkey in charge.
Alone with the guy because he's only been there 2 days. Now they trust him. What could go wrong?
And now they have a radio beacon. He doesn't have to shoot a flare off. Now he hits the button.
I knew it. I knew you were going to catch. I was like, if he doesn't catch that dude, I'm going to be pissed. You did. You did. Yeah, now they actually have one in the base because probably the flare thing was really stupid. Like, what if he was like turned the other way instead of like an alarm? There's a flare. Oh, I didn't see it. Anywho, so what do you think's going to happen here? They leave the guy there with Blip, poor Blip, or Bleep. I think it's Bleep, to be honest with you. But yeah, of course, the guy isn't a good guy, and he traps him. And for some reason, Space Ghost's like, I feel kind of weird about something. Hard to port. Maybe that's why I said the port from before. There was an asteroid or something, a meteoroid flying through space at him, and he was like, oh, geez, I almost missed that. And he's like, yeah, maybe that was it, but I don't know. So the artwork here on this guy's face is lacking. Would you say there, JT?
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, it's not very good. But you know what it is? It is very old school, late 60s, some of those Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I can see the resemblance type stuff. It's just this head, his face is just really jacked, but maybe he's just not a good looking dude. I don't know. So we get a bunch of them here, all monitoring the situation when he calls back home to the group of them and tells them, hey, you guys think I'm a jerk face, but I'm going to capture Space Ghost, blah, blah, blah. Do we see where this is going now? Right. So he did that all on purpose to, betray Space Ghost because now he's going to make himself look good for the home folks because apparently they were treating him like crap because he's big. And the face is pretty brutal here. And that's what he's telling them, basically. Hey, everybody. I'm trying to get to the sci-fi part here soon. He's called Space Ghost for a good reason, but you will rob him of his magic. They're trying to tell Barun here how to capture Space Ghost when he comes back. And here you go, JT. The ship passes the speed of light at 186,000 miles per second.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe we're invisible to others when we're not invisible to each other, because in relationship to each other, we're not even moving. And I'm like, huh, makes sense, right?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
That's why that's also why you have inertial dampeners on the ship. There's a whole bunch of science around that, but the fact that the ship is not going to turn invisible just because you break the light speed barrier, but here they think it does. And then they go into an explanation. I'm like, You get no credit.
Yeah.
Get no credit with the way that you're going in about this.
Now, when did Star Trek come out? The first episode.
66?
66, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was 68. Yeah, because I thought it was a couple years before I was born. Yeah, 66. So these came out at the same time. So this whole thing with light speed and stuff like that. Of course, we sent people to the moon, 69. So space travel was a big thing back then, right? Especially with the shows coming out and stuff, Star Trek and everything. And then he says, well, what we see is a product of many things. I'll never forget my teacher, blah, blah, blah. And then he does his kind of a transport thing here, JT, everyone. Matter is but energy, my son. He's reminiscing or talking to somebody. So there's no limitations, no boundaries. Just kind of a cool little sci-fi thing here. Although I'm not really sure what he's doing. What he's doing here. Is he teleporting the ship himself here, JT? Or is he just kind of remembering his lessons from back in the day? That's what he's doing here, right? That some creature, or
he's just recollecting.
Kind of like when we had all those big debates about Spectre and religion and all that kind of stuff. Some kind of entity gave him this power.
Yeah.
And because he's reading from he's doing his lessons is what he is, right? He's studying here. And that's his mentor, whatever that thing is. Take your guess. So, so it went invisible because now he's saying it was an inviso drive to go light speed. Okay. I'm with you on that one. Why do you, so the inviso drive
will still hit you and bounce off of you.
Yeah.
Just because you've broken a speed where you're faster than those light rays does not mean that. I mean, you're basically going to be plowing into them.
Right. So I didn't feel that it was necessary to go invisible to do it. I mean, this is all sci-fi gobbledygook now, but apparently that's what it is. That's the drive of the ship. So there you go. So these dudes here, these Mongoloid guys, they're like, oh, the ship's coming back. Get ready. Because that guy is he's an idiot. He's a fool. So they're all trying to use the big guy for him to get him to capture Space Ghost for them. They're not going to give him any credit. Right. And he's like, Space Ghost gets back, and Gurun's kind of playing devil's. He's trying to play him for a fool himself. Oh, I gotta go show you something. And Jace is
he holds the door, so to speak.
He's like, well, come on here in the storeroom.
Hold the door.
Hold the door. Nice one, dude.
He does that.
He does that.
And just
he bonks him. Bonk.
Right on the back of the head. Like, damn, he is out cold.
Oh, dude.
Should have seen that one coming, dude.
Oh, but he trusts
that coming.
Yeah, he trusts the guy, and he bonks him. bonk. Just cold blast him. And that's a tie up there. He ties him up. And
with three appendages.
Yeah.
Instead of fingers and thumbs. Yeah.
And Space Ghost out cold, man. He's knocked out. So, but they were smart enough to tell him you've got to take his power bands. That's where he gets the laser beams and the force field and all that kind of stuff, right? And I'm going to take everything from you, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm going to be the hero. And he's like, I trusted you. Space Ghost kind of comes around. I trusted you. But he's like, yeah, but I gotta prove myself. And then they're like, well, they thought about that teleport thing. So they know about his stuff. It's kind of curious.
They knew all about him from the last time he messed with them. See, this is why you just leave people alone.
Yeah. So, but then I'm thinking,
if you try to go around places and mess with people that you have no business with, you're gonna find out.
Yeah, and this might be, although it's kind of in reverse thinking here because of what Space Ghost did with the bomb in the last issue, where he didn't have to do that to Zorak. right?
All right,
He
now he has a
showed
whole planet of a bunch of orphan insects that are going to grow up wanting a piece of some space ghost, right?
Yeah, well, he shows this guy compassion, and then he gets bonked over the head for it. So now you kind of think, well, maybe that's why he acts that way in the other issue. Although this one is after that issue, so it's a little odd going backwards, right? But they know all about him, like his transportation and stuff. So you're right about that. Again, he can't transport his way out of there because they put up a little.
This device will stop your teleporting magic, and so he hooks up a boombox, start playing Taylor Swift.
Well, because that will definitely, or Bad Bunny.
You can see it right here. Scree. I can't think. Can't concentrate.
That's good, dude. And meanwhile, outside, they're like, they're just kind of standing around doing nothing. And I guess they're just, they don't know what's going on, so they wouldn't assume that anything bad is, right? I mean, I'm assuming, but they're like, oh, there's Blip, and have you noticed Blip doesn't talk, but Blip's not an idiot, and in the show he would be going crazy, ape shit.
Yeah, I believe the term is ape shit.
So I was waiting to use it. I thought might beat me to it, but yeah, he would be going crazy right now. He'd be like, and he'd be pointing and talking to them. That's the real Blip. So Blip, they're not. I didn't like that right here because, but I know this is the first time go around with him in Blip. But he wasn't dumb enough to not know how to push the button outside. He knew to go all the way out there to press the flare button, right? Yeah. They trust him to sit in the ship by himself. They trusted him to be there. They talk to him like he understands what they say, right? Guard the ship or we'll be back. And he's like, but here they're like, he doesn't. Anyway, so not to nitpick that much on a lot of things, but when it comes to character issues, remember how I went off on the whole Batman thing? Would never have let those orphans sit underneath a nuclear waste facility.
Yeah. Yep.
Would have never happened. Ever. That one almost made better than BSG 14, that issue, dude. Okay. I don't remember what issue it was now. With that. Was that Joker? I can't even remember. No, I wasn't Joker. That was something.
Oh, it was Brave and the Bold, number 3 or something. Yeah.
That pissed me off. So if you go after characters and you don't know lore, you can change things around. But when you character assassinate somebody, even for Blip, I will stand up for Blip. See what I mean, JT? I know you do. And for anybody in the audience, if you follow this before, certain things will really get under our skin. And the thing in their defense is this is way back in 1966. It's not all the other ones that I've seen. However, Blip's not that dumb. He's way smarter than that, or at least he's supposed to be. But maybe here, who knows? So anyway, they notice that there's an invasion force coming in of all the dwarves, and look how tiny they are. So I went back from being mad to start laughing. So that was kind of funny to me. They're tiny dwarves ships. And I'm like, well, wait, how small are these guys? Right?
So they're coming in to take over the planet, and the only people on this planet are on this one tiny little settlement, and they're trying to take this planet. I'm like, you just could give him like a mile of space around his outcrop or around the dwelling, right?
Yeah.
And he would never know that anyone else was ever on the planet.
Yeah. And did you ever notice that Jan and Chase wear the little Tonto and Lone Ranger eye things?
Yeah.
But everybody already knows
they
work for Space Coast.
Yeah. Well, they got his picture on their uniform. Yeah.
They're way out in space, dude. You're not hiding from anybody out here. Who are you hiding from? So it's like, I'm going to make fun of that. Yeah. I was going to try not to, but I thought it was funny. Even Blip has one. Did you notice that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, but they know each other so well. I mean, anyway, I just thought it was kind of funny. So then we find out these guys are really small. Now, JT, who in the Star Trek universe who's small, thievery, nobody likes, and they're just a nuisance, and they're just nobody trusts them.
Packleds.
Oh
The
no,
Packleds.
Packlins. I don't. I'm not too familiar with them. I've heard
They're
it. I don't
dumb.
know them. I don't
They
know them.
steal things.
What about the Ferengi?
No, they buy stuff. I mean, they'll steal sometimes, but
Oh,
they try
they'll
to buy
steal.
stuff.
But I was thinking small in stature, annoying as you know what? No, very annoying. People would rather not deal with them unless they had to, right?
To me, that would say Packleds if I had to
Okay.
pick.
Well, that's why I did this third one because I knew you would know more stuff. I went with Ferengi, but you picked people I'm not too familiar with. So there you go, everybody. Cool.
Yep.
Now you know.
I also love there they are, blast them.
Well, they go right after the kids. I'm like, well, hey.
Which is totally a Star Wars Stormtrooper line. There
Is
they
it
are,
really?
blast them.
Oh, yeah. They're the youngins. Yeah, Darth Vader was not a good guy, everybody. You should need a reminder.
He's like, wait, I'm the king here now. I say so. Or I say no. And then they're like, well, we're the ones with the laser guns. So,
right.
Yeah.
Look, read what he says to him.
You fool, you've served your purpose. Now continue to follow orders if you want to stay alive. But I...
You fool.
Yeah.
Oh, now we have his equipment and all this kind of stuff, and
we will be the ultimate power in the universe. Yeah, more Star Wars.
So Jen and Jace, they're just kind of running around with like a chicken with their head cut off, and Blip finally goes over to the door. He's not dragging them over there, though. I guess he does in the next one, but Space Ghost knows he's there. So here's what I was talking about. So now Blip is showing that he's talking to Space Ghost or beating on the door or something. But I guess in the show he would have told Blip to turn the damn thing off. Turn it off. Oh, okay. And I think that's what he does here. So they're still shooting at Bumbadum here because he realizes now that these guys are not his friends. They don't care about him. And Space Ghost does get him to turn the machine off. So he teleports himself, focusing every measure of his mind power. They use the word phenomenon again. Every atom of his being reverts to pure energy. And now I'm really curious to see if this whole transportation stuff came out. If this comic came out or the writers had this going on a couple of months or a year before even, in production, we're going to come out with this comic and we're going to come up with teleportation. But I'm sure there were so many science people, Asimov and, Twilight Zone people. I don't know. A lot of people back in the day probably came up with teleportation years and years and years, way back then. Just, who knows? Probably back in the Stone Ages. People were thinking, I wish I could go over there. Right. You know what I mean, JT? So it's not that original of an idea. It's just who did it first. So the little Mongoloids come in. They're like, oh, he's here. Where is he? Where is he now? The art right here. So I have to say, it's not good. It's almost laughable, right? These guys are just and
they're boneheads, but I mean, what else are you going to do? They have no idea where he went.
Yeah, they have no idea. He transported himself somewhere. That's what they're like. Jan and Jace like, oh, he must have teleported. Like, duh.
You're going to want to skip the first frame on the next page.
Where are you? Are they stealing a bunch of stuff?
Skip it. Yeah, move it past. Got a bad word.
Oh, I must have missed
Move it past.
Keep going.
Yeah. It's not that first frame. There you go.
We're good.
Yeah, they say in one moment we can make your whole planet an event from the late 1930s, early 1940s, Central Europe. That's why I wanted you to move it faster than that.
Yeah, thank you. That's a
your
big
ship
no-no.
buildings, the children, everything will perish.
Yeah,
but
that's
keep
a
your
no-no.
distance. You'll lose only such treasures as your power bands.
Okay.
Okay.
So good catch, dude.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's a big no-no here because I might anyway, good catch, dude. And we're not missing that much. They're stealing all the equipment and they're going, like you said, you read some of it. You read some of the dialogue there. So Space Ghost is calling out Bundadundadum here. I don't know about the scaling here because the Dundadum's like 5 feet taller than Space Ghost. But Jan and Jace seem like kind of dumb, or like
they're helpless.
So you caught on to that, JT?
Yeah.
They're so, but she's studying like what? Nuclear calculus? Or what did you say in the last episode? Issue?
Cosmic calculus.
Cosmic calculus. But I guess you can be smart and be an airhead at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what Jace's deal is because he's not done a damn thing.
So
he can't transform into a bucket of water.
Yeah. So this is where the next kind of clever part is. Gurren, the giant Dwyrza, is going to try to capture Space Ghost again to ingratiate or try to prove himself to this band of small thieves that don't really treat him properly. And Space Ghost flips him over in some wrestling move. And then he says, Gurren, when you realize that those little thieves are the stupid ones, then you'll be getting smart. We go on to your page right here.
Yeah.
Well, whose side are you on? You mean after all I've done? So he's going to give him mulligan here.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying about Jace. He says, "Oh, we've got to stop them from raiding without giving them a chance to sabotage." And I felt like saying, "No shit, dude. Where are you at? What did you just not watch them taking all the stuff? Captain Obvious is what they should call him." I'm just like, what are you talking about? You're like 15 minutes behind everybody here. They're already ransacking the whole place. You stood there and watched them do it. And he's like, we got to stop them. But like, okay, I know he means well. He's just a young kid, and he's actually strong and he's actually smart in other times, but not to be too hard. So yeah, and then he's like, you okay with me? Yeah, he's like you said, and he starts helping Space Ghost, and they cause a diversion, a pretty good one because he's throwing these huge ash boulders down on the little guys. Which could crush them, But this this shot of Space Ghost crawling around like trying to be sneaky is hilarious, dude. But I'm not sure how to. Do you see how he's like?
Right.
It's just like
like
nobody's paying attention to you up there, dude. Just run over there. Can't you? Now, can't he just transport himself to the other side of this?
He says there's no time.
No chance to concentrate. So I guess he needs a few minutes or so, I'm assuming then.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I think they just put that in there to cover the fact that he looks really stupid crawling around like that.
Yeah.
But so funny at the same time.
He starts throwing boulders over the edge of the cliff here down onto those the little thief band, and they shout out, Gurren has joined them. We can destroy him with Space Ghost's own weapons. The stupid traitor. We would have given him new rags. Oh boy.
Yeah, they give him a new suit. And then they want to shoot I shouldn't say that on YouTube. Read that, but they want to go after the Jan and Jace again. Brutal, dude. But his cape here, dude, it's like transparent at this point. Completely transparent. It's like plastic wrap or something. Cling wrap. And but it's kind of funny because he snatches this one guy up, and now you can really see how small they are.
Right.
He just grabs this dude. Blunk, blunk,
Better be careful.
right.
That dude's gonna bite his fingers.
Yeah. Or poke him with his penguin hands.
Yeah.
And of course, the power bands were just sitting right there. Yeah, they had the one guard. And so he just tosses him like a beanbag, potato sack.
Right.
Because I think Space Ghost is pissed right now. And if we know what he's capable of since the first issue, these guys might be in a lot of trouble here. But we'll see. So he's flying around, he's zapping them. There you go. You can see that he uses his armbands there. But that's more of kind of like an electrical type zap, or later on it comes out to like a big, powerful laser blast where Zorak is like toast, like the Wile E. Coyote cartoons when something explodes, and it turns him into a crisp. That's what it can do, because he's using the force field one, not his actual laser ones. And maybe they haven't even put them in yet, the actual laser beams. Maybe they add that later.
No, he's using a stun ray to stun these guys.
Stunner ray. There it is. You are correct, sir.
So he's zapping them all one at a time, and they're like, no. We have a bomb we need to detonate, because we're going to do that every issue now.
Yeah. Cliffhanger. No, there's a stunner ray. He's like, zap. He shoots that guy, zaps that guy right in his little ass there. And he's like, boink. Guy's trying to run away. He looks like one of the guys from Grateful Dead. And then, did you notice that?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
There's Jan and Jay standing up there doing absolutely nothing. And they're like, you did it, Space Ghost. And yeah, he shows them some leniency here, JT. Not like Zorak. Poor Zorak. Yeah, he catches them up when they're all the cast from The Wizard of Oz here with beards, 50 years later. And they're like, nice, go run, but how long will they be like this? He goes, well, that frequency is used. I used it to numb their wicked tendencies in their brains for a while. I had to use that in the prison system, dude. Maybe we could use that before. I don't know. Anyway. And then he puts Guron in charge, because Guron is a nice guy now. And he says, you can be the king of the Dweezils, dude. And did you notice the little speech bubble down here to the left?
You're sweet.
Yeah, he's hitting on Jan. You're sweet.
Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay. Gross. Okay.
I was like, what in the, what?
I don't know about that.
Oh, about all that, dude. Wow. Okay. Oh. Did I screw up something here?
No, you're fine.
I screwed up my end of things on my end here. Hold on just a second. Okay, there we go. I embiggened things by accident on the StreamYard side. But anyway, we're pretty much done here, guys. So this is pretty much this is it. He puts him in charge. He's like, thanks, man. You remember, you're the one who's been right all these years. But these are the bad guys.
This is the part that doesn't make any sense to me. How can I get home? I'm too big for their spaceships or for yours. Not on his ship. You could lay down in his ship if you had to get back. But then Space Ghost says, well, the Dweezils are still perfectly capable of handling their ships. Okay. Later, how's that, kids? Great, Space Ghost. So I guess they're putting stuff back together.
Yeah, but
and then here at the bottom, goodbye, friends. Wait, he's gonna ride into space like that?
So yeah, this is a typical for very young. You see what I mean about younger age,
right?
This is just for fun, little kids getting introduced to comics and stuff like that. That's why I was kind of surprised they even put in stuff like, I can't say it. I already said it on YouTube. The part about the little guys doing what they wanted to do with the pew pews toward to Jan and Jace, and they said it like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to say it, that they were going to pew pew Jan and Jace, but in the speech bubble they said go after the kids, and they said it a couple times. Not a big deal for us, but when you do so, this is silly. You know, it's silly. It's not meant to even care. It's just, see you guys, ha ha ha. Oh, look, that's so cute. That's all it is, right? It's not meant to be serious in any way, shape, or form. But it is kind of dumb. And I mean, he's not going to be able to go through space, traveling billion miles, staying on top of
Right.
It's just not going to work, bro.
Right.
And then I think, well, maybe Space Ghost is getting back at those dudes. He's not going to make into the atmosphere. Space Ghost knows that. They're too stupid to know. Anyway. All right, everybody, we're hitting our limit. My voice is done surprisingly well.
I can hear it a bit. You're kind of getting near the end.
Yeah, it's done really well so far.
You want to show the next one real quick? Just
oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, this page here, everybody, I'm going to leave it up. I'll have to scroll down a little bit as well for anybody who stuck this out or has rewatched this. This is a pretty good little.
Up just a bit.
Well, I'm
so you
pausing.
Get that top image.
Oh,
yeah. I'll read it. I don't mind reading it if you want.
Yeah, if you want to read this, go ahead.
Okay. Imagine the possibility of climbing into a spaceship, taking a little spin around the universe for a couple of 100 Earth years, and returning only a little older than when you started. Sounds fantastic? It may be the usual thing in the future. The theory of time dilation indicates that a man could explore vast expanses of the universe and return to Earth within his own lifetime. The fascinating part of this theory is that civilization could have had advanced hundreds of thousands of years while the space traveler had aged only 50. Family and friends would be long gone on the astronaut's return. If the astronaut kept in touch with Earth during the flight, he would constantly have to advance his clocks aboard the spaceship to be in correct relation with his own planet. Time dilation, based on Einstein's theory of relativity, indicates that time slows down inside a moving spaceship. It approaches the speed of light. It not only retards clocks, but supposedly the aging process of man as well. The major obstacle preventing us from proving this theory in practice is the impossibility of achieving such enormous speed until science harnesses a more powerful energy for our use. If the speed of light could ever be attained, it might mean that we could keep forever young simply by dashing around the universe. Or perhaps this limerick would become true. And I would say that you will still age on that ship even faster than the speed of light. So
there was a lady young named Bright.
Speed. But the spaceship, just wanted you to show it just for Lady V. She made a rather lewd statement about the spaceship earlier on in tonight's show. How's that for even more inappropriate, Lady V? There you go. There you go. You're welcome. All right. Thanks.
Oh, and there comes the cough, guys. JT's got me cracking my
But they did jump into the far distant future of 2003 at the bottom of the page in that picture.
And you get a little pinup art here. But it's Space Ghost, and it's actually pretty cool. For an old school 1966 art, Space Ghost, I like it. This is nice, man.
A little basic for my taste.
Yeah. Well, for the 66 stuff, you know. His belt changes over time. I think you have a different kind of belt later on. His cape becomes more of a traditional cape, not translucent like that. But but yeah, I love the Space Ghost and C Lab 2021. Everybody, oh gosh, I maybe I should upload that and play that on the Thursdays. But I don't want to say, but JT knows what happened to me on the old algorithm after a year and a half. But it wasn't quite unexpected. So anyway, all right, JT, let's not dilly-dally too much on reviews on the third one, but overall, if you want to separate them, go ahead. Feel free. I probably would, as far as
First
liking.
one did a competent job. I don't know if I would have bought a second one. After reading it, it just was a little plain. If my friends were talking about it, maybe I'd read a second one. I give it a B. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think it was super original. Maybe it was for its time. But maybe I'm being too harsh on it. But I can tell it was definitely related to the TV. To the cartoon, right? It just felt like it was almost an adaptation, and it might be. I don't know which one came out first. I think they came out at the same time. This feels much more suited for television, so I give the first one a B. Second one I give a C minus. It just did not captivate my attention. The characters around Space Ghost are idiots. And I'm not talking about the Weezas either.
Yeah.
And I don't think the story was unique, but it would make a Saturday morning cartoon perfectly enjoyable for a kid.
Well, it's,
and so for that, I can't hate it too much, but
and that's what it's based off.
It does its purpose.
It's actually based for a cartoon. And that's why it's got that feel, and you picked up on that. And Lady V, I don't know if you're here. I'm linking everybody. I'm linking Lady V's channel.
She's playing Fortnite, listening to us.
Oh, well, I linked her channel, and that
cool.
a new person came in, Digger Jim. I linked his channel. We previewed it. Interesting, kind of that stuff.
Yeah,
and
hope to see him again.
Yeah, I hope he subbed and comes back around. That definitely was the Space Ghost that brought him. So there's Lady V. And yeah, so go sub to Lady V, and if you can get Dadman for me, JT. I don't know where he went. And the Digger Jim there. FKHC. What? Why is it not letting me pull up your? What is going on here? I'm trying to get.
I got Dadman.
You got Dadman?
Yep.
I'm just trying to go to FKHC. He has a channel, if you did not know.
Tim's a mod. He can get his channel.
Oh, that's right. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Well, Tim, you can always do that. If you're a mod on my channel, you can. I got no problem. You can promote your stuff if you're a mod. So maybe I make the Lady V a mod one day. But she's in there. I liked it. I knew I think what happened is my expectations were kind of met for the most part going in. Deciding on which one to start, because I almost picked one like in the middle, like Cartoon Planet one, because I thought people would be more familiar with it. But since we haven't done this in a while, I wasn't as rusty as I thought I'd be. We'll just start with the original. It's a one shot. Then I realized it was 3 stories. I was like, kind of dragging on there, before we got to the third one. Breeze through that third one only for the sci-fi stuff and just to show it. But I like the first one. I give it like a B plus, A minus, something, only because only because it is what it is. I don't like that term that much. I don't try to use it, but I kind of knew it was going to be like that. I had never read it other than today. So, and I knew it was really based more for cartoons and kids and stuff like that. And it kind of went through. They kind of went. I mean, it had some problems. No, the whole not being tied up one scene, then being tied up the next. That, you know how we do, JT.
Right.
When you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say something. It's a continuity thing. It's like, okay, wait a second, because you mentioned it. You said, well, where are they going to go? And I'm like, oh, you're right. And then I was like, well, wait a second, damn it. The next page, 2 pages later, they're tied up. So maybe they thought better. They're like, hey, Dave, we're listening to Dave. He told us we should have tied him up. And then retied him up again on the bomb, which you pointed out was kind of silly with the jetpacks. It's like, you can put jetpacks in there. Maybe they were in there before and they forgot. Who knows? Yeah, but overall, I liked it. The art, I don't remember seeing anybody being credited for anything. Maybe it was under that one page for the Hanna-Barbera page there. So I don't know if I can actually go back and see if there's any names that we can remember. Now they're telling me to take off my ad block. No, that's not going to happen. My ad block is staying on there. I already know what you're trying to do. So yeah, they don't give any credit to any writers or art colorists, editors. I have to look that up. But the next one we might do, JT, and while I'm talking to you here, I'm kind of typing in to see what's next, would be all the way up to 1987. That's not the one I'm looking for. There was one that was in a different comic book, but it wasn't titled Space Ghost. So I'm gonna have to go find it and add it if we feel it necessary. But the next one is 1987. And so we're getting into your age group, right? Or this kind of age.
I mean, I'm crawling around at that point, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's a one shot. Oh, yeah, we get okay. I think we'll do this one for fun. Zorak has definitely changed. Now we went from 1960, we went 20 years. 20 years into the future, unless I can go find that other one, because I have to find the title of it. It's a number 2, so that's why it's not in here under Space Ghost. Number 2 of a different title. Yeah, well, I think we can do this one because Jan and Jace and stuff is definitely more active. I can just looking at it just now. We'll definitely probably do that one. What do you think, JT? You up for moving on to see what the next?
Sure.
Because we're moving 20 years in the future. So we'll do the 1987 one, and hopefully that will be up to par with everybody.
Okay.
Cool. Other than that, I don't have a movie thing scheduled for tomorrow because of things, right, JT? Right. And although FKHC 2005, you got me kind of thinking if I can pull off that C-Lab, but I think that's Blu-ray. And everybody knows, yes, Dave, we know you can't upload your Blu-rays. We've heard it 1,000 times, but that's why. So JT, what do you got going on this week?
Let's see. It's Wednesday night already. Friday, tomorrow, I work permitting, I'll be on with the great Admiral Teague at 9 p.m. Eastern, talking Star Trek or the mockery thereof.
You roboted a little bit, right? About, I think I heard tomorrow night. Did
tomorrow
you say
night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on the great Admiral Teague's channel, talking the mockery that they're calling Star Trek Academy.
Maybe I'll make a guest appearance.
You might want to. Who knows?
I don't know if I want to, but
well,
for fun for you guys, yeah.
Yeah. And then Friday, I'll be doing Late Night Fortnite, Mark D with a C, usually 11:30 p.m. Eastern on his channel. Then Saturday, I'll be doing Saving Star Trek, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going through the final season of Star Trek Enterprise. We just got through the first episode of the Vulcan trilogy, Forge was last week's episode. So this week we are continuing that with the backstory of the great Vulcan logician Surak.
Nice.
And it's a very tall Captain Archer story. So we should have fun with that Saturday. Then Sunday, who knows? Who knows? I didn't think I was going to go on this past Sunday night with Mark, and then I ended up doing the whole show for like 6 hours. So,
dude, I didn't know you were going to be on that. I fell asleep or was watching TV. I was like, oh, look, it's like 11.
So you never know, but I believe that is typically at 10:30 Eastern PM. I will
10,
at least.
He's pretty solid on that one, unless he's got
10
traveling or family. 10 to 10:30.
Okay.
He'll put a notice out if it's
Eastern.
not 10.
Yeah.
If it's not 10 or 10:15, he'll put a notice out.
And that's where all of us geeks and nerds hang out and do some fun nerd talk, geek talk, current media out there, showing old toys, you name it, some foodery going on in there. So I may not be on the panel. I may just be in chat. We'll see. There's a whole range of possibilities there. So
yeah.
What about you, Dave? What do you got coming up?
I was a little motivated to do the C Lab 2021 tomorrow, but I don't know if I can pan that out because I'm just now thinking of it. But who knows?
Right. You already mentioned that. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's because it's not planned, and I don't plan on doing it. If it happens, it happens. Friday, same as you, bro. Maybe not. Friday night, Fortnite. I'm thinking I got something to do Saturday. I can't remember. I think I do. And then probably either lurking with you guys or at least stop by, say hello. I might come by tomorrow night for your academy and make a special guest appearance.
Sure.
We'll see. And then Sunday, I would probably be either lurking or on the panel for Mark's show at 10. That's my plan.
All right. Cool.
College football is over. Thank God Indiana won. Although, JT, really quick, I'm sure you brought this up on your Dad Man's channel that Tuesday night. The non-call of the hit up underneath the chin strap of Mendoza.
Yeah, that was a big deal. They missed about 5 or 6 other calls.
Oh, really?
As well, that the judge, or the referee had the play right in front of them and they weren't looking. We're looking at something else. Yeah, it was pretty dismal for that. But
really? Interesting.
Yeah, Indiana won, which is who I wanted. So go them.
Yeah. Well, we won't get into all that because we got to go. We've hit our 2-hour mark, and not that I haven't burned a lot of time this whole month. I'm not sure what StreamYard is doing to me these days. So, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in, Lady V, Gap After Dark, FKHC, Dad Man. I've got to get the new guy in here, Digger Jim. Thank you for stopping by and making some good comments. He hung out for a while. I hope we didn't run you off. I hope you come back for next week. Gap. Did I say Gap? Gap. I hadn't talked to Gap in a while, so that was really cool. And I think that's about. I think there was
Buddy
Hepburn. Yes, I'm going on. I thought there was a.
And Dad Man.
Yeah, we got Dad Man. There's
Lady
Digger
V.
Jim, Lady V, going all the way. Buddy Hepburn, as always. Faithful Buddy Hepburn, Lady V, and FKHC as well.
Cool.
I think that's about it. So, everybody, thanks for coming back to visiting us. Everybody who actually watched this all the way till now, if you have, you're awesome. So, have a good night, everyone.